Hello again, my name is Gabe Zollner. I've posted a series of videos and I talked about how folks like me that do what I do are being attacked by companies that really have monopolies, and they need to be investigated by the federal government because they have monopolies. Companies like YouTube, companies like Google, companies like Facebook, companies like Twitter. I posted a series of videos and I talked about how folks like me are determined to be un-advertiser friendly because we want to tell folks like you the truth, and they don't want us to tell you the truth. If what we have to say doesn't have a strong liberal spin, they punish us by demonetizing us. And we saw that on a much larger scale recently as today. The Bill O'Reilly, the spin stops here guy, he was found to be un-advertiser friendly. The companies that used to spend hundreds of millions of dollars a year being able to advertise their products on the O'Reilly factor chose to no longer support the O'Reilly factor. And that ended O'Reilly's 20-plus year reign. Do I feel bad for O'Reilly? No. I'm sure that he's done very well financially with his book writings and his movie productions and everything else that he gets involved in. But I gotta believe he's somewhat humiliated. But again, when you've got, probably in his case, hundreds of millions of dollars, do you really care if you're humiliated? I wouldn't. Would you? We also saw that happen to Glenn Beck when he was on Fox. The advertisers left him and they deemed him to be un-advertiser friendly. Again, in Glenn Beck's case, he sort of put it all together and did very well for himself. Our First Amendment rights are being shredded right in front of us. What I don't understand is why the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, doesn't intervene and get involved. He has to know what's going on. President Donald Trump has to know what's going on. I took a look at my channel and the numbers are really dismal. I mean, the views are down 60%. The subscribers are down, 70%? Everything is down. Why? Because the media, the left media, that doesn't want my voice to be heard, is trying to force me to no longer do what I've been doing for the last 4+ years. And again, I'm not alone. What we saw happen to Bill O'Reilly is on a much more massive scale. And in his case, it wasn't a matter of what he said. It was also what he said when he referred to that African-American woman the way he did, in a very derogatory, negative way. Folks, the world is spinning out of control. And people like me that do what I do won't be able to do it much longer. Unless our government intervenes and protects our First Amendment rights, we're all screwed. you're not going to hear the truth. What you're going to hear is what they want you to hear. And what they want you to hear isn't what you should hear. If you've been watching me for any extended period of time, hopefully you realize I don't have an agenda. I'm not out here to hurt you. I'm not out here to take advantage of you. I'm out here to try to inform you. And they don't want that. And again, I've sort of taken what happened to O'Reilly as being part of our First Amendment rights. But again, in his case, it wasn't what he necessarily said. It was more of what he did, which he shouldn't have done. I want to thank my subscribers that support the channel. And how you can help is ask your like-minded friends to subscribe to the channel. If the numbers keep going in the direction that they've been going, I'm not going to keep doing this. You know what the first sign of insanity is? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. I guess what I'm telling you is it's all up to you. It's not up to me. It's up to you. You need to get behind and ask your like-minded friends to subscribe. And if you're a viewer, and if you're not a troll, why wouldn't you want to subscribe to support the channel? Anyway, I've said enough. It's all up to you. It isn't up to me. Thanks for listening.